This episode is about Guatemala. We went to Guatemala. You know, I hate leaving the country. I don't want to use my passport. I've traveled outside the country all I want to. In fact, I don't like leaving Houston anymore.
A world unto its own.
But I went to Guatemala with Child Fund, and I'm so glad I did.
It was a really eye-opening time. We got to talk to a really unique young woman who was a sponsored child with Child Fund for years and now is a full-functioning adult in Guatemala giving back to her own community. And the same with a young man who is now in college in Guatemala.
They were raised up in the program and now they're ministering to kids.
Yeah, and they're part of community development from a long-term standpoint. So we got to actually go. This is the first time we've done dinner conversations overseas.
I know.
Yeah, don't you want to do it a lot?
No.
But we did it this time.
But I'm glad we did this one. And there's one seat left at the table, and it's yours. Let's join the conversation.
We're in Guatemala City, and we're with our friends at Child Fund, which are longtime friends of yours. Yeah. Going to visit two different, now young adults who were, for years, sponsored children. So we're going to see kind of how their lives turned out. We don't know until we see.
Well, we do. Well, we do.
Yeah.
They're doing very well. And most of the kids, you know, this is a sample of probably many of the kids that go through the program. To see a success story, you know, after you've supported them for years and years and years, like you have and I have, and you will. And it's amazing to watch how they've developed and been blessed by this ministry. And so we're going to check it out.
Really, the end-all, be-all is that this was on Mark's bucket list to go overseas with me.
Oh, yes.
You know where we're going?
We're going to Myrna's house.
That's right, Myrna's house. She was sponsored by a Child Fund sponsor for 13 years, the same sponsor, which I think that's cool. We've sponsored kids for years, too. And she's now an accountant.
And she is a success story, and we're going to meet her.
Myrna, you were a child sponsored by Child Fund. How has that affected you and your family for the better?
Entonces fue una experiencia muy bonita desde niña y hasta la fecha pues ha sido increíble. Fue muy bonito porque yo solía ir a estudiar todos los jueves. Yo era muy pequeñita.
What would you say is the key ingredient to the main thing that helped you to get to where you are today as being a part of the Child Fund programs?
Lo que a mí me ha ayudado fueron las capacitaciones, tanto porque nos comentaban o nos decían que teníamos que exponer o aprender muchas cosas y creo que ahí fue el desenvolvimiento de uno personal, como que ellos nos ayudaron a sacar lo que nosotros teníamos dentro y a nosotros expresarnos así por fuera, así con tranquilidad, demostrar la naturalidad de cada uno.
Would you say that being a sponsored child, or how did it directly impact where you are today? What do you do? What do you do now?
For a living.
Yo ahora estoy trabajando para una empresa, se llama Grupo Aiser, estoy como auxiliar de contabilidad, haciendo la contabilidad de esa empresa.
So it sounds like because of the community interaction of the Child Fund programs, that you became more independent, that you were able to be independent as an adult.
Sí, eso es cierto.
Well, your English is as good as my Spanish.
Thank you.
What was your relationship like with the families who sponsored you?
Ya conforme el tiempo, ya fueron dos. A ellos me mandaban cartas para mis cumpleaños, también para Navidades, o nos daban un obsequio. Nosotros íbamos a redactar cartas, nos tomaban fotos y así. También le realizábamos un dibujito así pequeño, pero sí se lo hacíamos.
Was it ever interesting to you that someone from another country that you didn't know invested in you and your family's life in the way that they did? Did you ever wonder why?
No.
You just said okay?
Just grateful.
Pero es grandioso.
Yes.
Pero es grandioso. Ahorita.
So you would recommend people sponsoring children? I mean, you're a success story, and we're very grateful because I've been sponsoring children for many, many years, and haven't been able to, not long enough to see them come to fruition like you have. So we're very proud of you.
Agradezco mucho. Esto, la verdad, sí es increíble para mí. Y Child Fund sí ha sido destacador en mí, pienso yo.
What did you learn by being a sponsor child? Did you learn anything new about God, or did your relationship with God change at all?
Sí, como les digo, la unidad fue la que me ayudó a mí a, como les digo, a desenvolverme, porque también estoy en un grupo de jóvenes católicos. Soy católica y tanto como en Dios, igual Dios me ha ayudado bastante y también la institución pues me ha ayudado a que también yo sea más, pienso que más humilde, más tranquila, más agradecida por lo que tengo. Y lo estoy, la verdad. Gracias.
Thank you so much for preparing our lunch and spending time with us and sharing your beautiful home.
Yeah.
And your nieces and nephews. What a wonderful family you have.
Do you ship tortillas to Tennessee? That's the real question.
This is the real deal.
That's right, yeah.
It's
We
claro.
think in the United States we know how to make tortillas, but not like
It's
this.
delicious.
Delicioso. Is that the right word?
Muy.
Delicioso?
Yeah. Is this your mother? Yes. Hi. Andre. Marcos. So you are Myrna's mother.
Sí, soy mamá de Myrna.
Are you proud of her?
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thanks for sharing your daughter with us.
Thank you.
Y gracias a ustedes que vinieron pues a nuestra casa y gracias por la visita que ustedes vienen a nuestro hogar. Ajá, ella es mi hija, a mi esposo, mis hijos. Ahí están mis nueras, mis nietecitos, pues ahí van.
No wonder you want to spend every weekend with her. What a wonderful mother you have.
Yeah.
I
you
want to
should be
spend
working.
every weekend with her too. She works during the week and spends
You can't.
weekends
We're
with her
leaving you
parents.
here. This is your
Okay, I'm moving in.
Yeah.
Where's my bedroom?
What I've heard from Myrna is that at one point of her life, she realized that she could do things by her own and he can go through in order to overcome what she has to overcome in order to succeed in life. And this makes me think about the sponsorship because the sponsorship is a journey that begins when they are toddlers and ends when they get to the young life. It's not one moment in life that makes the difference. The difference comes because there is a series of efforts and activities that are very well prepared in order to let them know and also prepare them to see life differently, to see life that they can achieve things that maybe they couldn't think that before. And that's what we saw in Myrna's example. That was for me the moment in which we can realize how the intervention of our activities have done its job. For me, sponsorship is a contribution that comes from your heart, in which we can see a series of events that makes a difference in not only one child, but in a lot of children who are part of our programs.
What a wonderful day we had with Myrna and her family. It was such good soup too.
Yeah, it was good soup. We had some plants that we saw in their gardens, and
They grow everything.
they do for their
Yeah.
family, including coffee beans. I
Is
tried
it-
one.
There's no Kroger near here.
There is no Kroger, absolutely not.
Uh-uh.
However, we learned a lot from Myrna about how sponsorship really impacted not only her, but what I love about sponsorship is that it has a ripple effect of impacting people, her entire family, generations impacted by that. And the spiritual takeaway for me was Myrna kept talking about her confidence, how her confidence had been boosted, and how she had really learned about the value of herself. I think a lot of people, because of their circumstances, we live in a developing country, we are poorer, we don't have value. I don't think that's true at all.
No.
But sometimes it's hard to connect the truth that you are loved, you're valued by God, until someone steps in and say, here's why you are valuable. You can make a living for yourself. You can change the poverty that has been a part of your family for
And now we're going to
generations.
meet David, right?
Jorge.
Jorge? Is it Jorge?
It's Jorge.
I thought it
I don't
was
know who David is.
Oh, well, we might meet David. Jorge, this is your university, I hear.
Esta es la Universidad Rafael Andívar y sí es la universidad donde yo estoy estudiando actualmente, ¿verdad?
There's a program that a child fund program called Points of Encounter that you're a big fan of, that you really liked. Tell me what Points of Encounter is.
Entonces, el proyecto de Juventud Activa que tenía anteriormente Child Fund nacía una idea de cómo poder capacitar a los jóvenes y cómo ellos se desenvolvieran y sean líderes en su propia comunidad. En el punto de encuentro donde yo estuve, tuvimos la oportunidad de poder capacitar a varios niños en temas de computación. No solo eso, también en unos temas de matemáticas, ¿verdad? Y luego de niños, pues pasamos a capacitar a grandes y también dimos talleres a niños en las escuelas. Entonces fue un bonito programa, pero eso nos permitió a nosotros poder enfocarnos en la comunidad y que seamos reconocidos, ¿verdad?
He talks like I do.
Why do you think it's important to give back after you've been sponsored, to give back to the Child Fund?
Bueno, en cierto punto yo creo que todo patrocinado, al haber recibido el apoyo de Child Fund, es en cierto punto como un deber poder devolver a la comunidad el conocimiento adquirido, ¿verdad? Entonces, por eso es de que le comentaba a nosotros en el proyecto de Juventud Activa, precisamente en los puntos de encuentro, eso fue lo que hicimos, porque el punto de encuentro, el enfoque lo que tenía era devolver los conocimientos que nosotros teníamos hacia los niños y hacia las escuelas. Entonces, eso fue lo que hicimos, volver a capacitar a los niños en prevención del bullying, prevención de la violencia, salud sexual y reproductiva a los jóvenes de sexto grado, por ejemplo. Entonces, sí, es un compromiso que todo patrocinado debe de tener al momento de ser beneficiado, ¿verdad?
Why do you think it's also important for, as a Guatemalan man, for you to give back in your country? Some people would have received the help from an organization like Child Fund and seen new opportunities, better opportunities, and moved out of the country perhaps, maybe to the States or somewhere for the best opportunity, quote unquote. Why did you feel it was important to continue to invest back into your own community and country?
Bueno, yo creo principalmente que es importante seguir invirtiendo por parte de Child Fund en las comunidades. ¿Por qué razón? Porque es un programa que da impacto a los niños y niñas en las áreas. Eso quiere decir de que un niño que está patrocinado no piensa lo mismo que un chico que no está patrocinado, porque él ya tiene una mentalidad abierta. Pero la mentalidad de alguien que está patrocinado en sí, ya en la organización, no es irse, sino que es trabajar acá y luchar por su pueblo, ¿verdad? En cierto punto. Entonces no lo veo desde ese enfoque, sino únicamente de que Child Fund siga invirtiendo en los niños, porque estos niños al momento de que Child Fund invierta, crean sus propios pensamientos, su propia crítica. Entonces ellos se quedan acá. La mayoría, podemos decir, de que ha viajado es porque no ha tenido un apoyo directo de.
Thank you so much, Jorge. Thank you all for allowing us to come to your wonderful country and see what Child Fund's doing here.
Yeah.
Igualmente.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Gracias.
How do you say cheers?
Salud.
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 Don't drink the water. No, I'm just kidding.
I work for Child Fund for more than 4 years in sponsorship, so I can see the different stories every day because every kid has different story, has different context, and you know our country is small, but our difference are big. And Child Fund is an opportunity to provide some education programs in different ways.
You were telling us yesterday how you still work in the field of inspiring education being the foundation block
Exactly.
for
Exactly.
ending poverty in people's lives.
Exactly. Just because in the past some projects or programs provide materials or exactly. But the idea is how you can provide food, but at the same time, what it means in terms of nutritional health, and how the child food programs can help kids, families, the whole community to support them.
themselves.
Exactly.
Can you tell me what the likelihood is of Mark being kidnapped to this trip? High likelihood?
High. Always want. That's the only thing I haven't done.
Child programs and sponsorship programs have a holistic approach with children because sponsorship is not only benefiting just one child, but for example, there are guide mothers that are in charge of training other 10 or 20 mothers that have 1, 2, or 3 or more children. So this makes our approach more broader, and it makes that more people, even though they are not sponsored, but other children from the community are benefiting from these trainings. And we also are living capacity installed in the community because these guide mothers already empower other mothers to repeat the same trainings with other mothers in order to have a generational impact to other children. In Guatemala, nurturing with tenderness, it's not so common. You can think it's common, but here is just giving them where to live and something to eat. It was like, okay, that's my job as mother or father. But taking care of children, playing with them is not part of our culture. With these programs, they have learned how important it is to take time with our children in order to nurture them and to promote their well-being.
Me llamo Andre.
Yo me llamo Calixta.
First, explain to me what a guide mother is or does.
Una madre guía tiene que, a los niños tiene que decir, a respetar en primer lugar, y después la bienvenida. Y después allí comenzamos con las tareas, pues, de una canción en primer lugar. Y después las 4 motricidades, motriz eso, motriz fino, sensorial, consciente, lenguaje social.
And why is it important for children to receive an education, in your opinion?
Para que yo pienso, pues, desde chiquito aprende y así va, ya tiene un poco conocimiento cuando se va, más cuando va a ser grande, más ya empieza a pensar lo que va a hacer.
How has being a guide mother changed you as a woman or a mom?
Tiene una diferencia, porque los niños cuando uno da su parte, en ti aprende más, y cuando uno no, allí está. Pero por eso están las madres guías, lo enseñan cómo se hace. Entonces allí va. Tienes que dar tiempo, pues. Y a los niños tenés que dar amor para que entiende, pues. Si no así lo enseñas así solo, así tenés que enseñar así con paciencia.
How has it changed the community to have the mother program in the community? How has it changed how all the children, has it changed how you treat children other than even your own? You know, are all the children treated differently now?
Tiene diferencia, porque como antes no es igual como hoy. Ahora no lo tratas mal a los niños. Antes sí hay muchos maltratos, a cambio ahora no. Entonces en eso, donde en ese viene la educación, pues, y así, ¿cómo lo digo? Así lo tratas bien a los niños, porque antes
Solo haces una cosa, te pega, pero ahora no. Si haces una cosa mala, y ahí va el chicote, pero ahora solo dices primero, le explicas bien cómo el que viene mal, el que viene bueno, así explican las dos cosas que te trae en tu vida, en tu futuro.
So, in essence, or in summary, you're learning to love your children differently. Is that true?
Así hemos aprendido a los hijos a tratar con amor.
Gracias.
Bueno, en el caso de mi comunidad es que, bueno, acá hay muchos niños que casi que no estudian. Entonces, un anhelo que yo he tenido es ayudar a los niños, porque realmente, en mi caso, yo estoy estudiando. Y entonces hay muchos niños de acá de mi comunidad que son así, no tienen esa oportunidad de estudiar por la falta de economía de sus padres. En caso de estudiar, ellos van a trabajar. Entonces lo que yo anhelo es que en mi comunidad surja un cambio a que ellos puedan estudiar y así logran ya sea sus metas, porque hay muchos acá tienen metas y yo en mi caso yo tengo sueños que quiero lograr.
Yo quiero ser una enfermera profesional.
Yo quiero ser un traductor.
Yo quiero estudiar.
Yo quiero ser enfermera.
Yo quiero ser una cantante.
Yo quiero ser un oficial.
Yo quiero ser un abogado.
Yo quiero ser un enfermero.
Yo quiero ser un músico.
Thank you for watching Dinner Conversations.
We had such a good time in Guatemala. Don't forget to sponsor a child today. Partner with us by sponsoring a child in Guatemala, just like the ones you saw in this episode. Go to childfund.org/dinner conversations. And you know what? We'll see you next time.
Yes.